You know what's frustrating is all of this time last year was underwater, and I was already catching big catfish. But Tennessee's weather has been on one here lately, and they're just not releasing water yet. So it's looking like middle of April. Today, though, is going to be kind of a bait run and maybe catch some to fry kind of thing. I don't know. We'll just see how it plays out. But mostly a bait run. So we're going to get down here and see if we catch some crappie, bluegill, or just whatever. I'm probably going to catch a bunch of those stupid gold shiners, which in this case is fine because this is a bait run, like I said. Fish. This water is super clear right now. I mean, it's dangerously clear. Chill, home slice. Telling you, shush works. But yeah, this water is super clear. I can see the bottom on the other side of the creek here. But starting off, I guess I could have mentioned that. Just a 1/48 ounce Bobby Garland 80-bit head on the crystal 80-bit body. If you haven't tried the Bobby Garland 80 bits, link in the description to check them out. You need to. It's basically the same body. It's actually a little tiny micro swim bait, but it functions the same as a normal Bobby Garland. But gets a lot of those real finicky, oh, there was a bite, real finicky bites when there's a lot of pressure. Like, this is the first time I've fished up here in probably a week and a half, 2 weeks. But this is a fairly popular spot for the locals. And me, you know, I fish up here a lot too. Now, it's always debatable on whether or not line color matters, and in muddier water, dirtier water, it doesn't matter because they're not going to be able to see it that well. But like this, water being super clear, I am a firm believer that using just straight fluorocarbon, or at least a fluorocarbon leader from your braid, will get you a few more bites. Because if the fish are just real finicky or have lockjaw or whatever, you know, maybe on beds or something, they're going to examine that bait a lot longer, and that's going to decide whether or not you get bit or whether you catch any fish. But if I had to recommend two different fluorocarbons for people that are interested in using it, Seaguar is covering both of them. Seaguar Basics, if you want to go the cheap route for a good fluorocarbon, it's about $9-10 for a 200-ish yard spool. Or Seaguar Red Label. Both of them are very economical and very good fluorocarbons for the money. What are you? God, this water is so freaking clear. I can see these fish like 3, 4, 5 feet down. Like, it's crazy. Bluegill. Looks like you've been bit on by something. Hey now. Chill out, Willis. Quit being a jive turkey. Why did I just do that? This is a bait run. I needed that. Another fish. Just God, it is so fun being able to see these fish so far down. Like, this ain't real deep right here, like maybe 6 feet, but being able to watch them almost the entire fight, it's just fun. And while I'm thinking about it, Slabberoni. Chill. Actually, my pliers. You in the wrong pocket. It's definitely getting on the spawn for crappie because they're getting so dark right now. Oh, belly flop, sorry. But the way I'm working this little Bobby Garland itty bit, same way you'd work a normal Bobby Garland or a crappie magnet or whatever. Or at least the same way that I would normally do it. Just a slow, steady retrieve with some twitching in there. Teeny tiny little bluegill came up and hit it. I just barely did see him sneaking up behind it. Oh shoot, just ripped it out of one's mouth. I just ripped it out of one's mouth right there. But yes, Willie Gray, I know you're gonna see this. This is Stick Bridge. There's more sticks now. More places for me to avoid donating money, plastics, and lead. What are you? You are a straight up massive gold shiner. Like, you are a friggin' hog. Something's been munching on you too. You're quite possibly a PB. I'm just gonna chuck you in the bucket. I'll get a picture of you later. You're gonna make some fine bait. You know, I like catching you crappie. And I ain't gonna complain when any of you bite. I mean, I might complain a little bit, but don't take it the wrong way. But if y'all gonna bite, ain't something much still your lip up. I would prefer y'all being big uns. Because y'all taste good. Marinated in Cholula, Chipotle, and breaded in Whisker Seeker Cajun. Links in the description. You got that down just a little bit. Shush, Mr. Red Ear. That one didn't even really like bite it. He just was like, you know what? I want that. There we go. Well, ain't you just the cutest thing that's ever existed? You know, I want a fish tank with a crappie in it. Yeah, just a little bitty one. But that's just a pretty fish. Micro belly flop. I honestly thought I was snagged on something when that one bit. It was just so soft of a bite. There we go. That took a little bit longer than I would have liked to get that out. But, you know, the crappie bite, the crappie bite's been kind of rough up here lately. Of course, Tennessee's weather has been rough lately. Literally, last week, 70, 80 degrees, snow at the end of the week. This week, a couple of 70, 80 degree days, and 20 degree temps at night. Tell me how that makes sense. I honestly thought I'd snagged into something, which technically I did. But I was thinking it was a... Can I have it back? Thank you. Thought it was a stick that I snagged into. Belly flop, sorry. That one's a little bit nicer. Not by much, but it's been a hot minute since we caught one. I ended up changing jigs to a combat jig and a regular Bobby Garland. Pretty fish. You ain't big enough. Which, you can use crappie as bait or catfish bait in Tennessee. It's just heavily frowned upon. Mostly by people that don't know any better, but you can legally use crappie as catfish bait in Tennessee. Not that I would, because I'd rather eat them, but it is an option. Hey, what in the heck are you? You're a very squirrely little yellow bass. It has been a straight up, like, backside of Satan's tank kind of hot minute since I've caught something. I don't know what the deal is, but that is a sure enough pretty little fish right yonder. Oop, belly flop. If I can't catch a couple more fish to add to the bait bucket here in the next probably 30-45 minutes, I'm just going to turn what I've got loose. That's large. Dude! Drumfish! I ain't caught one of you in a long time. It has been a straight up hot minute since I caught one of you. You know, drumfish are considered trash fish by a lot of people. Drumfish ain't trash fish. Drumfish are fun fish. I likes me some drumfish. That was a hellacious belly flop, I apologize. That right there is one of the prettiest crappies I've ever caught. Tell you what, these crappie today ain't very big. They ain't very big, but they are aggressive. That one's pretty too. Got a couple people going down there around the bend. One of these days I'm going to go down there, because I see people fish down there quite a bit. I literally just got bit by a crappie, dropped it, and then this one came up and took the initiative to do what was right, and that's bite my jig. Hey, you got a little swelling thing on your nose, almost like a little horn. Wipe my hands on my pants leg so that everything is good and sanitary here. I run a very clean ship when it comes to fishing, and if you fish with me or know me, you know I am completely full of shit when I say that. You would make prime bait. But, you know what? I think I'm just going to call it, well, not call it quits just yet. I'm going to give it about another 20 minutes. And then go ahead and just release the couple that I've got in my bucket, because ideally, I would like to have about 10 or 12 bluegill to... Ideally, I would like to have about 10 or 12 bluegill on hand. That way I would have plenty of bait for tomorrow. But, yeah, I've caught a couple that would have made plenty of bait, but I don't know. Well, we've caught a couple of fish. I don't know if we're going to bother with keeping these. Plus, I prefer my bait to be as fresh as possible, and I won't be using them till tomorrow or Wednesday. So that one's going to get a free pass. It's a little bit small anyway. Well, at least something's biting. Itty bitty baby gills. Chill. You know, I don't even know how many fish we've caught today. I'll look at that in a minute. Mac Daddy slab donkey. Chill. Shh. What, your tail missing? That's another really good looking crappie. And on that, I believe I am going to call it quits. Oh, sorry. What are you? Ah, you're a gold shiner. You suck. you're definitely going in the bucket regardless. Where's my phone? Well, anyway, this was supposed to be a bait run, but they just wasn't as big as I was hoping they would be, and just wasn't as many of them as I was really wanting. I did throw everything back besides the 2 gold shiners, because those will make prime channel cat bait, as you know, the size and dimensions that they are. Ended up catching 22 something other fish, lost quite a few, but not a bad trip after work, which is typically most of my trips. You know, I get off work and y'all see these videos. Anyway, I'm off the next 2 days, and I plan on one of the 2 days going down to the Tennessee River and chasing something bigger, because I need something big. I need something bigger than bluegill and crappie, bass, and stuff like that. Like, I need something that'll make me work for it. Anyway, if you like the video, like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next video.